Am I hearing this correctly? Am I reading this correctly? Is it true what they're saying? Is it true what they're writing? That in the next 10 years, 20, 35, 10 years, the next decade, we could potentially be looking at 100 million American jobs lost due to AI. Welcome to the channel. Hit subscribe, hit thumbs up. I'm your middleman CEO. I guess I'm also your resident AI informant, right? Whistleblower. And I'm here to tell you, first of all, that when I talk about jobs being lost due to AI, this is not me just having a good time or ruining your day or anything like that. That is not why I do this. I believe I have a good heart. I'm not here to to make you angry, to make you mad, to, void out our friendship or, just to make your day worse. That's not what I'm here to do. I am here to do one thing and one thing only. I'm here to wake you up so that you can see what I see. And some of you see even better than I do. You send me emails and comments that show me things I haven't seen. So some of you are even better than I am when it comes to seeing this, but I like to think that, I'm an average guy when it comes to understanding certain things, and I can look out and forecast certain things and say, uh-oh, we got a problem on our hands. And so I said this on a previous video, and I'm gonna, like the kids say, I'm going 10 toes down, and I'm going to stand on my hind legs, and I'm going to dig in, and I'm going to say this again. We are at the end. You are witnessing, I'm witnessing, you are witnessing the end of the 9-to-5 era. We're witnessing the end of the 9-to-5. I could argue that we started witnessing that in 2020, 2021, and 2022 when you guys were sent home from the office. And by the way, the only reason you were called back is because the lease, these companies were spending money on these leases, and they needed to have bodies in the office, booties in the chairs, right? And that included getting you back. Because first it was, we don't want you in the office. Then it was, we only need you a few days out of the week. Then all of a sudden, you got to bring your behind here. And then the roads started, looking like rush hour all over again. And to me, or in my opinion, that's the only reason they got you guys. Well, that and they brought you back to the office so they can start getting rid of people they don't need. So, and all of a sudden you started seeing the 9-to-5s kind of get brushed to the side. You started seeing people working from home, working various hours. And, once people get that taste in their mouth of freedom, it's hard to get them to go back to the office. It's hard to get them to punch a clock. Like for me, since I've had my business, man, it's probably one of the toughest challenges, or it would be one of the toughest mental challenges for me to think about going back to work and punch a clock. Now I do it, but I don't want to. So I like the way my life is aligned right now. And so I'm here to tell you, this is the end of the 9-to-5. So and the reason I'm doing this video is I was looking at an article, and I think it was JP Morgan. I think it was, or it might have been, maybe it was, I can't think of the company's name, but they were talking about, it was a bank, Morgan Stanley, maybe. It was a bank, and they were talking about, the disruption, the AI, and the banking industry is going to be one of the first 9-to-5s out. Because when we think about 9-to-5, we just think about traditional morning to late afternoon jobs. That's what the 9-to-5 is. And there was a day where the factories were running. You go to college, you get a degree, and you end up working a good job in a factory, running machines. And that's how we got, integrated into the 9-to-5 lifestyle. And then everything was built around the 9-to-5, the schools, the banks, the stores, everything. And so you and we're witnessing a shift like never before in our lifetimes, right? We're seeing the shift where if you have young kids, they're going to grow up and not even be exposed to a 9-to-5. Like, what's a 9-to-5? I go to work at this time or whenever I want to go. And I'm a big believer, a big proponent of 3 or 4 days work week and not working 40 hours a week. I feel like, man, if you put in 3 or 4 days a week, that's fine. You do not have to work, what's that? 60%, 70% of your week just on work, your days occupied by work. To me, that's too much. Like, when do you live? So, am I angry that the 9 to 5 is coming to an end? No, I'm happy to see it because I know there are a lot of people who are burned out. There are a lot of people who just want to live and enjoy what's left of their lives. I'm one. I happen to be one, right? So I might be the spokesperson for all the people who are burned out and just want to live. Because if you watch my videos for any amount of time, you know one thing about me. I want to live. I want to enjoy this life. The middleman business model, which is not it wasn't my idea. This thing's been around a long time. I just took it and I customized it to fit the service industry. That's all I do. And so I've enjoyed these past 5 years more than any working years of my life. And I'm not talking about family. I'm not talking about buying houses, nice cars, living in a beautiful neighborhood, being able to stop here. I'm next to the school. I can go pick my son up. I can pick my daughter up. I'm always available. There's no work schedule. My wife's always available. There's no work schedule. Like, what do you want to do today? That's what we ask every day. Hey, you want to go see a movie? What do you want to do? Like, pick the kids up, drop the kids off. There's always somebody. There's no 9 to 5, and we don't want that back. We don't want that. I don't want that back. If you want that, that's fine. You can have mine, but I don't want to eat off that plate anymore. And I ain't ashamed to say it. And I'm not backing down from saying it. I tell life exactly what I want. Now, no, I'm not speaking to the universe. I'll speak to the one who created the universe. How about that? But I have no problems declaring certain things in my life. I don't want to punch a clock until I die. I don't want to sit around and hope my 401k, by the way, which has tanked over the past 3 days. Don't go and look at your 401k. It's going to depress you. I don't want to sit around and pour money into Bitcoin and hope it works. Probably better than a savings account, but still. Well, if you invested a while back, for those that are diving in now, I don't know what's going to happen. So I think that thing's lost almost 20, 30,000. I think it's like below 90. It was like 120 or something like that. Crazy how that thing fluctuates. And so, but listening to that article or listening to them talk about how the 9 to 5s are out, how 100 million jobs will be affected in the next 10 years. Listen, how old are you today? 25, 35, what? You're going to be here 10 years from now. Good Lord willing. You're going to be here. I'm going to be here. Where are these 100 million people going to work? How are they going to take care of themselves? I'll tell you what I think a lot of them are going to do. They're going to go to safe industries. They're going to go to industries. Oh, cool, a blimp. I haven't seen a blimp in forever. They're going to go to industries where they're going to go and learn what I call trade skills. They're going to, who remembers Job Corps and trade schools? I don't even know if they have that. I know when I was a kid, like in elementary school, there was a school attached to our school, kind of, like separated by a gate. And this thing was teaching people how to be welders, how to be plumbers, how to be electricians. Do they even have that? I don't know. But a lot of people are going to dump the 9 to 5 schedule, say bump that, they let me go, they fired me, or I'm firing myself because I know I'm not going to be here long. And then they're going to say, I'm leaving that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and become a licensed plumber. I'm going to go and become a licensed electrician. I'm going to go and I'm going to become this. I'm going to become certified that. I'm going to become a heating and AC technician. I'm going to become an appliance repair person. I'm going to become a lawn care specialist, a mover, a professional mover, a professional home cleaner. I'm going to learn garage repair. I'm going to learn how to clean your pools. I'm going to learn how to clean your gutters. I'm going to learn how to paint. I'm going to learn how to install your cabinets, clean your full floors, right? I'm going to learn how to haul your junk, whatever. I'm going to learn how to come into your house and help you just set things up, whatever. I'm going to learn how to come to your house and help you with your newborn baby, whatever, right? My point is this, okay? My point is people are going to learn skills. They're going to learn trades. Now, am I telling you to do that? No. Am I going to go and do that? No. That's not where you fit in. That's not where I fit in. If you watch this channel, you know what I'm about to say next. We're not going to go out there and become that. We don't have to. I was talking to someone the other day, and he had a friend, and his friend was getting into I want to say plumbing, because plumbers make a lot of money. And he was like, yeah, he's going to school so he can learn how to be a plumber. And I was curious. I was like, why would he do that? He's like, well, you know, he wants to do that. And he thinks that's going to be a good way to make some money. Okay, I got that. Let me ask you this. I was like, are there plumbers out there already with 20, 30 years experience already who's 100 times better than him, who could do it with their eyes closed? And he was like, yes, absolutely, of course. So what do these companies need? Customers. Well, my advantage would be to get between the customer and the service provider, connect them, and get paid. I don't want to learn how to drive you around. I don't want to learn how to GPS your location, have a conversation with you, put strangers in my backseat and drive you around. No, I don't want to learn how to do that. There are already people out there with cars who are ready to do that, not me. But here's what I know. They need people to drive around. So what Uber did is say, there's plenty of people out there who's willing to use their own vehicles. All we need to do is get them some riders. We're going to connect the riders and the drivers. And every time we do, we're going to charge a fee and get paid. And that's what Uber do. Ta-da. That's it. Airbnb said there are plenty of people out there who's willing to rent their space. They need renters. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to build a platform that finds renters and gets us paid. We don't own the cars. We don't own the homes. And that's how it works. And it can work for you the same way. 100 million guys. Listen, there's only probably about 100 and maybe 150 million people in America working total. That's like 2/3 of the entire workforce displaced. You don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. But it's probably, like in the words of Thanos, inevitable. It's probably something we're going to see, and we're going to see sooner than later. I don't think it's going to take 10 years, probably a 5-year deal. The reason I say that is because AI has the ability to learn and keep learning and never forget. I might forget. You might forget. It won't forget. It'll keep learning always. And so I'd rather say, all right, where are these people going? See, I like to kind of see, like when the river kind of gets like jammed up and there's sticks and there's rocks and all right, the river can't flow, the water's going to find somewhere to flow to, right? And so I'm watching this water pile up, so to speak, hypothetically, and then I'm starting to see like a little trickle of water go to the left, go to the right. I'm like, oh, it's trying to go around this, right? Water figures things out. And I'm sitting there like, I got to be like water. I got to figure things out. What am I looking at, right? What am I looking at when I look at AI and I think about 100 million? Oh, these people have to have jobs because it's still the bills still are there. AI or not, there's still bills. AI or not, you still got to take care of yourself. And then all of a sudden, okay, I would assume that these people are going to go to professions that are that like a profession that I would believe is AI proof, right? So they're going to go and become plumbers and movers and whatnot. You're going to see these service businesses boom, boom, right? Like we say down south, booyah. Or buku. It's gonna be buku of service industries. If you're from down south, Louisiana, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, you know what buku means. It's gonna be buku of these service industries. They're gonna blow up, and people are gonna start them all over the place. But here's what they're gonna need. This is where you come in. They're gonna need customers. They're good at doing the work, but in school, they teach them how to do the work, yes, and they get certified. What they don't teach them is how to get customers. And then I could teach you how to get them customers. And then you could become the middleman. Every time they get a customer, you get paid. You find a customer, you get paid. They get paid, you get paid. Super easy. The only difference is when the customer books on your site and pays you, by the way, it's fully automated. You don't have to do anything except manage the site from your phone. That's it. The site does the booking. It does the deposits. It does the dispatching. So all you're going to do is connect, collect, and repeat. Just think about it. Just connect, collect, relax, repeat. The process is on repeat. If you make $150 every customer, bam, 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 2 customers a day, $300. Well, what'd you do today? I'd spend time with my family. Now that's the life we want to live. If you want to learn how to do that, please, please move quickly before we get closer to the end of the year, and then I postpone everything, freeze everything until next year. So move quickly. All you have to do is put the words "teach me" in the comments below. I'll send you the link to the free blueprint. And if that's something you think you might want to be interested in, learn how to have a middleman business. We build it for you, lay it out for you, give you the keys, and it's ready to go. No phone calls, no selling to customers, no talking to customers, 100% automated. If you've ever used Uber, it's kind of like Uber. You don't talk to drivers, you don't talk to Uber. If you want to book a ride, you do it all on the phone, on the site. If you want to get a ride, you do it all on the site, no talking to anybody. That's how the process works for the customer and the service pro. That's why it's super easy. That's why this thing's going to blow up. All right. And you need to move quickly, catch this wave, or get left behind. All right. I got to go. Hit subscribe, hit thumbs up. Welcome to the channel. If you want to learn more about it, you know what to do. Put "teach me" in the comments below. Peace.